Hello, my spiritual brothers and sisters. How are you? I hope all is well with you. This is Teacher Kaitesi. I really hope you're well. Okay. Now, I wanted to say that I know we are going through a lot. We are going through a lot because we are separating ourselves from the people who we have always been protecting. We have always been protecting people. We never knew, but this is why they took us along. They didn't like us. They didn't like us. But the reason why we stayed with them, the reason why they had us there, the reason why they have us in their companies, in their organizations, is so that we protect them from attacks of certain spirits and demons. Okay? We are the children of the Most High. You see, every time they segregated you and put you on one side and they were on one side, you were on that side with the Almighty Father, the greatest lion. You were with the Almighty. So it was you, the Almighty, against everyone else. And that's why they can rally together and rally against you. And they don't manage to break you. They just hurt your feelings because you love them and you care for them and it feels bad, but they can't break you because you have the Almighty protecting you. But now let me first tell you this story. You see, when I was young, I lived with my grandfather for a while. Now, my grandfather had cows, and amongst those cows he had sheep. Now, over time I realized that these sheep would get sold. If they became too many, they would sell off some, and then they continue having them around. These sheep were always ignored. No one really gave them any attention. Even the goats which were kept around the home seemed to get more attention. And of course the cows got special attention because, well, we are Rwandans, so cows are very special. Okay? Now, even when it came to, like, once in a while slaughtering, if there was an event, they would slaughter maybe a goat. Sometimes they would slaughter a cow depending on the size of the event or the celebration. But I never saw us eat the sheep. So one time I asked my grandfather, how come I've never tasted sheep meat? Why can't we slaughter one this time when we're going to have an event? And then he told me that we don't eat sheep. I said, we don't? He said, no, we don't. We are Rwandan, so we do not eat sheep in our culture. I said, okay. So I said, so why do you keep something which we don't even eat? We can't even eat it. Then he told me that he keeps the sheep amongst his cows because the sheep avoid lightning from hitting the cows, from striking the cows. I want you to digest that. The sheep are living amongst the cows so that they protect the cows from being struck by lightning. So I asked whether cows get struck by lightning a lot. He says it happens. Lightning does strike cows. But when there are sheep there amongst the cows, it doesn't. Now, Spirit, the Most High, just reminded me of this. Because these last few days, I've been going through a lot of, real attacks, And so Spirit reminded me that, you see, it's because you're separating yourself from them. You were the protection they have. When we are spiritually separating ourselves from these people, they are fighting because they can't afford to lose this protection. We are what protects them. This is why when you were growing up, you were always made to go along for events or functions or things which you didn't feel that you needed to go for. You always went along because we were protecting people. We were always protecting other people. That's how it has always been. We have been part of these families where we were protecting them. They involve themselves in all kinds of evil, then you are the protection because you are the lion. Just think about this being like a jungle. Remember the Lion King, for example? When Timon and Pumbaa had Simba, they no longer worried about anyone scaring them because Simba was protecting them. Do you understand? Simba was protecting them. He was their protection. They were not. Pumbaa is a pig. He should have been eaten. But the animals now couldn't come near Pumbaa because, well, he had a lion body. So you are the protection. Wherever it is that you're working, wherever it is that you live, wherever it is the families that you have been a part of, you are the protection. When certain demons come and they see you, they flee. They flee. Okay? So now, as part of our growth, we have to stop protecting these people. We have to stop protecting them. You have to separate yourself. You have to say it. You have to say, I no longer give anybody protection. I'm no longer protecting anyone. I'm not protecting people here, there, say wherever the place is. I'm no longer the one protecting you. I'm not your protector. I'm not your protector. You see, if anyone has put in the work, the spiritual work, then Father is also protecting them like he's protecting us. You understand? This is not to seem unfair, because you see, someone I was talking to the other day said you should feel like it's a pleasure that you're that important to us. How can it be a pleasure when you insult me? How can it be a pleasure when you underlook me, when you undermine me, when you treat me like I'm nothing? I am protecting you, and then you make it seem like I'm not important. How? You go away. Don't be their security guard anymore, in the spirit or in the physical. Don't be. Because let me tell you something. They need to move. Everybody needs to stand on their own. Yeah. Everybody needs to stand on their own. The Bible said there's coming a time when what you have within you is what will protect you, is what will keep you away from the fear. These are seasons of a lot of fear for these people. They need to stand on what they worked for. The spirit that they served must be the one to protect them. It cannot be us. So please denounce your protection over anyone. Remember the other list that we made the other day, and we cut ourselves off? All those people. Mention them. Mention as the names come, because as we start to do it, names come. Say, I'm no longer protecting you. I'm no longer your protector. I am no longer your protector. People take this to another level. Now let me tell you, my ex-husband, when I met him, like after a month, he told me this story. He said he used to have demonic attacks, and he would have they are short little characters. They are short like children, but they are not. They are adults who fully grown. I realized they are called tokoros. They are called tokoros. If you can research for that on YouTube. Okay? So he said those things used to attack him and behave like they wanted to eat him or kill him or for, And since he had met me, they were no longer attacking him. And I remember thinking, what? Because those days I was truly, truly unaware of myself. So time passes. So, one time I have a dream and I actually see them. Because I wondered about them when he said that. And he stopped having nightmares, by the way. Even when we got married and had the whole marriage, he never had those nightmares. Those things never attacked him again. Okay? So one time I did have the nightmare and I saw them. And I saw them bound me down and tell me how they're going to kill me and I am their sacrifice and stuff. But then I woke up anyway. But then I realized that these are the things that he was talking about that he used to have as nightmares. Okay? So when we met, what he did after a month, and the reason why he told me this story is because that time he had got my initials. He had put my initials on his leg. And I asked him why. And he told me it's because he realized that my spirit protects him from nightmares. Do you understand? So these people have us that's why it convinces us that they love us because of the things that they do. But they don't love us. They do not care about us. The reason why they have us around and always want us there is because we also protect them. So we have to denounce protecting them. We have to separate ourselves from them. We cannot be the ones protecting them anymore. If they worked hard and committed themselves to the Most High, then they have protection. Everybody must have their own protection direct from the Most High, not through us. We can no longer stand between them and the demons. No. So please denounce protecting anyone in your life. It is not your responsibility to spiritually protect people. Even your own children, by the way, if they are of good, they are protected by the Most High. You do not need to protect them. You do not need to be their protection. And how can you protect them? Do you have the power to protect another person? It is not your right. You understand? It is your right not to protect other people. And nobody has the right to use you to protect them. Not especially when it is without your consent or your knowledge. So this video is for you. Please, brothers and sisters, I'm talking to underdog. I'm talking to you that is unappreciated, the black sheep of the family, the one that doesn't fit, the misfit. You is the one I'm talking to. Okay? Please denounce your protection over human beings. denounce your protection. You no longer protect them as part of your healing. You're healing, so you're becoming your full self. You cannot be protecting people and also healing at the same time. You can't manage, because for them they are continuing to perpetrate their evil. And for as long as they are continuing to perpetrate their evil and you're standing in their way, it means you're still taking it in. So please, let's denounce protecting anyone in our lives. We are not their protectors. Let the Almighty be the one to protect them. Okay? That is what I came to share with you today. Let's separate ourselves spiritually and physically and psychologically and in spirit and in flesh, that we are no longer protecting other people. Let everybody be protected by God, how it's supposed to be, not us. Okay? Please. Okay, so have a good evening.